Hello boys and beauties, welcome back to my channel and happy Halloween. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Markela Tarrance, but today you can call me Cruella.
You were perfectly wretched.
And for those of you who do know me, welcome back. So as you can clearly see, I am dressed up as the one and only Cruella De Vil. I will be doing a very cute bob quickweave tutorial, and I'll be showing you guys how I achieve this cute hairstyle. But before we jump into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. And be sure to turn on your post notification bell. That way you can be notified when I drop my weekly videos. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video.
Alrighty guys, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. You guys already know how I do. I love to start off with clean hair. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get my Empire hair that I got from my local beauty supply store, as well as my silver hair. I do not want to butcher the name of the company, so I'll just leave that description down below. So the first thing that I always like to do is I love to part my hair. Sometimes I comb it just to get all my kinks out, and I will be doing a side part quick weave only because I wanted to do a realistic hairstyle, and you know, I love me a good side part. So all I'm doing is basically just parting my hair and just trying to get it to where I would actually want my hair to lay over the tracks. So once I do that, then I go ahead and I just braid like the small portion of my hair. Now before I get into any glue, I am going to go ahead and use my Markela oil, and I'm just going to oil my scalp. I'm going to leave that down in the description box as well. I really love this oil. It's like peppermint-y, and it kind of like, you know, gives that feeling like my hair is like super clean and super like my hair is oiled pretty much. So I highly recommend anytime that you guys are doing your hair, make sure you oil that scalp, honey. The scalp will definitely give you praise, and you definitely don't, you want to make sure that your hair isn't dry, because quick weaves can kind of be like a drying type of sensation to the scalp and to the hair. So you just want to make sure it's moisturized. So once my hair is completely moisturized, then I will come back and we will get right into the quick weave. Alrighty guys, so now that my hair is nice and oiled, I am going to go ahead and begin parting my hair. Now with quick weaves, you can put your hair in a ponytail. You just got to slick it down really good. If you do not know how to braid your hair, I personally like how flat it kind of lays when I actually braid my hair, so that is the only reason why I prefer to braid it. And I also use like glue protector. I'm going to show you that later on in the video, but the glue protector also pretty much helps with, you know, making sure that your hair lays down, making sure that your hair is protected from the glue. So what I'm going to do is I just went ahead and I sped up the video because it's kind of repetitive of me braiding my hair. So I just wanted to go ahead and speed that up for you guys, and once I'm finished braiding my hair, then I will show you guys how I put on the track and how we go ahead and glue in these tracks, honey. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and I hope that you guys continue to enjoy the video. So here is what my hair looks like fully braided. So now that we have the hair braided, we are going to go ahead and put on our wig cap. So I usually, like, when I put my cap on, y'all, I usually pull it all the way down to my face just to make sure that I don't have any lumps or anything in the stocking cap, because if your cap is not flat, you will really not have a really good quick weave experience because your tracks may be a little bumpy. Now that I did that, I will be using my diamond glue protective glue protector. This is the glue protector that I absolutely love. I use it all the time. Anytime I do my quick weaves, I love it. I never have a problem. It can get a little messy, so you might want to make sure that you have like a nice perm brush to, you know, put in. See, look, boom, messy. You guys got to make sure, like, when you do this, make sure that you have like a towel or make sure you have a perm brush. That way you can brush all the product in, that way you won't have any lumps or anything, and it just makes the whole experience even better. But I'm just gonna go ahead and speed this up. I am cracking up because my best friend did come and she was on some trash, and I told her I was recording and not to make me laugh, and she did the complete opposite of what I said. So if y'all see me laughing and talking, it's her fault. But I am gonna go ahead and speed this up. I'm gonna let you guys see how I lay it down, how I blow dry it, and once I think I put about like 3 or 4 layers, honestly. I feel like the more layers you have, the more protected your hair is, the less glue that you will have in your hair. So I am gonna go ahead and catch up with you guys once I finish this part of the video, but make sure you continue to watch. Alrighty, so now that everything is nice and dried, I am just going to take some of my darker hair and just measure it onto my head. So I like the method of measuring the tracks before I glue it down. It honestly makes it easier. I know where I need to place my tracks. I know where I need to place my glue. And honestly, it's like a seamless process. So if you are doing a quick weave for the first time and you really don't know where to place your hair, I would highly recommend that you measure the tracks to your head, and then you move forward with just, gluing and cutting. If you're a professional, you've been doing your hair for quite some time, I say go for it. I'm not, gonna argue you down. That's your head. You know your head better than anybody. So I did go ahead and speed it up. Because I was doing the Cruella De Vil inspired hairstyle, I did go ahead and start with the darker tracks first, and then I did go ahead and gradually move my way up to applying the silver tracks, because she did kind of have like one side was black, one side was white, but because I wanted to make this a realistic hairstyle, I wanted to do like, have black at the bottom and kind of silver white at the top. And I did go ahead and do a little bit of leave out, so I thought it would be cool to kind of give like that darker root with the lighter hair at the top. I thought it was really cute. This is 2 different types of hair, so I did have to get a little creative because I felt as though this hair was more finer than the packed hair that I had. So I kind of had to work my way into it, but the process is still the same. I went ahead and I measured my hair, then I cut the track, and then I went ahead and I glued it. I did make sure that when I did glue my tracks, I didn't glue it to my actual hair that I was like leaving out for like my small swoops and my small baby hairs. So I did just want to go ahead and make sure that I did, pay close attention to that. So if you are having issues with laying your tracks down, you can get like an eyebrow pencil or some type of makeup pencil that is brighter than the tracks, and you can just go ahead and just pretty much like outline where you don't want to go past. I used to do that and it was really helpful, but I don't do it anymore because it's just, I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit when I do the quick weaves. But if this is your first time, I do highly recommend that you go ahead and you try it out. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys continue to watch. I'm almost done gluing in the tracks, and then we are going to get into cutting this bob. That is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. I can't wait for y'all to get to this point of the video to see how I cut the bob. child, we are almost done. I had to show y'all the almost finished product, but before we get into cutting any bob, sometimes I do forget to show you guys how I cut off my cap. So I had to go ahead and show you guys how I cut off my cap. I usually insert my thumb first, and then I follow my thumb with the scissors just to make sure I don't cut my hair, I don't cut myself, or I don't cut any tracks. I feel as though it makes it a lot easier. I don't think I've ever cut myself or like had any problems when I did this, so I would highly recommend this. If you need help and you have somebody by your side, then you should definitely go ahead and ask. But if you have a front mirror and a back mirror, I feel as though you can definitely succeed with doing this by yourself, because it's really not as hard as it looks. Once you go ahead and cut like the tracks where your part is, then everything else is easy. You just clip up your hair, and then you just cut around where the excess cap is. So that is what I'm doing in the video, and it's really super easy. I didn't cut anything, I didn't cut myself or anything like that. I just simply threw it all away. So now that we have the hair cut, we are going to go ahead and get into cutting the bob. Oh well, hold on, I lied. I forgot that I had that little small piece. Make sure when you are cutting your cap, make sure you search and you feel, just to make sure that everything is seamless and everything is cut off. So now we are about to get into cutting the bob. So I was going for like a blunt cut at first, so I kind of changed my mind in the midst of cutting. So I did put on a cap. I did put on a cape before I did cut my hair, just to make sure that I didn't have any hair sticking to me. And once I did that, I just went ahead and I took a little bit of some scissors. The scissors that I have are kind of shear scissors. I personally like shear scissors because they make the cut process super easy, and I don't have to like cut like a whole lot. I literally can just like cut like once or twice and I'll get the cut that I was looking for. So it's super simple. I literally just tilt my head and I just cut upwards, because I was kind of going for a blunt cut, but then I changed to like an asymmetric, because as y'all can clearly see, the silver hair is shorter than the other hair. So I kind of was like, maybe I could just do some layers. So it kind of changed while I was cutting it. But the cutting is super easy. If you don't feel confident cutting your hair, then I highly recommend that you ask somebody. Or like I said, if you have a front mirror and a back mirror, then it shouldn't be as hard, because then you'll be able to see what your back looks like. So as y'all can see, so this is when I was like, I don't really want it to be a blunt cut, so let me just go ahead and cut a little more. Depending on the type of bob that you want, I know I am recreating Cruella De Vil's bob, but depending on the bob that you particularly want, you want to make sure that you don't cut too high or cut too low when you are creating whatever bob hairstyle, whether it's like a long bob, a blunt cut bob, an asymmetric bob, you know, half up, half down bob. Like anytime you're doing a bob, you want to make sure that the cut is crispy and you take your time when you do this. So this is the process. I mean, it's really not much to it. I did have to play around with it because I did kind of want the front of my hair to have like a little bit of layer to it, because at first I was going to, I guess, let it be straight, but then I was like, I don't really want it to be straight. I like me a good curly bob, so I was like, let me just go ahead and cut it. But that's pretty much it. I am going to go ahead and let you guys watch this, because I feel like it's more self-explanatory. I am cutting in the same spots. You know, when I was creating my layers, I did go ahead and cut like in a downward way, because the back of the bob was a little bit choppy, and I'm not using a back mirror. I'm only using a front mirror. I felt like it was going to be too much for me to set all that stuff up, so I was just like, let me just go ahead and use the front mirror, and wherever it's choppy, then I will just go ahead and correct it by cutting the bottom into layers. That way I get more realistic effect. So the pieces that you guys see, like that piece, yes, it looks a little crazy right now, but I did go ahead and I correct it by cutting a little bit more in more of a blunt cut way, but then I went ahead and I layered it up. So I am going to go ahead and let you guys continue to watch how I did succeed with cutting this. And once I am finished cutting it, then we're going to go ahead and get into the styling. Cruella is coming to life and I'm excited about it. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. So stay tuned and watch the rest of the video, okay? Alrighty guys, so we are just about finished. This is what my hair looks like after I finally was able to fix the cut. I'm absolutely loving how the hair came out. It is exactly how I wanted it to be, if not better. I don't really know, what my vision was, but I am going to go ahead and spray a little bit of the heat protector that I did get from Tresemme, and I'm just going to make sure that I spray that all over my head. And now that I was able to do that, I'm just going to correct my part. It's really important anytime you have leave out or you do a quick weave or what may have you, that you make sure that your part is nice and crispy. I usually like to use my hot comb, but before I do any of that, I always make sure that my part is corrected. I always use heat protector, and I always like to use my wax stick. This is like an olive oil wax stick that I usually like to just put on my roots as well as like my hair all the way to the end, so that way when I do go ahead and use my hot comb, like the products that I applied on my hair, it pretty much just makes sure it like lays everything down. So if you have like kinky hair, 4C hair like myself, I would highly recommend that you do that. Also, when I do like use the hot comb on my hair, I do not like run it through my hair too many times. I used to like really burn one side and then try to do like the other side. So I make sure that I don't like put it on high heat. So now that we have that done, I will be using my Hot Tools flat irons that I got from Hot Tools. I really love them. I will be dropping those down in the description box as well. So here's the thing. So I caught myself trying to like do a soft bob, and I was really not feeling how it came out, y'all. Like it wasn't really giving me what I needed it to give at the time, and I was still trying to like recreate Cruella De Vil's hairstyle. So I'm like, maybe I need to just go ahead and spice it up a little bit and just throw some curls in it. So I changed my mind very quickly, and I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and just throw some curls in it. But one thing I will say, I love how the hair looks, like the roots, like the top of the roots and like the bottom. Oh my goodness, oh my gosh, I love it. I was like, yes, this is it. This is what I wanted. So since I wanted to go ahead and get some curls in my hair, I did have to go ahead and switch to my Remington flat irons. I don't really think there was nothing wrong with the flat irons as far as me like getting the look that I wanted, but I did have to go ahead and make some accommodations so that I could get the look that I was trying to achieve. Like Corella's hair was kind of curly and like, I don't know, it's been so many different Corellas, so I wanted it to look realistic, so I was like, let me just put curls in it, like some soft curls. But as you guys see, the side of my hair is looking perfect. I love like the classic short bob, a nice little bump. Like, I love everything about it. So I am gonna go ahead and finish, well, I am gonna go ahead and let you guys finish watching the video, that way you can see how it came out, and we are going to see how Cruella came to life, you know. So go ahead and continue to finish watching the video, and I will catch up with you guys in just a few. Y'all, my hair is coming out so perfect. Now, it was giving me a little grandma at first, but it kind of grew on me a little bit. But baby, let me tell you something. The full look came together, honey. It was giving what it needed to give, and I love how this came out. I think this is one of my favorite hairstyles. I love that I was able to recreate this. Make sure you guys drop down below. What do you guys think? Was the tutorial cute? Did you like it? Was it helpful? Let me know down in the comments. I really love you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. And be sure to turn on your post notification bell. That way you can be notified when I drop my weekly videos. But without further ado, I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye.